Hi guys, so it's a new day, new vlog. It is Friday evening. I just kind of finished work and I have a pretty eventful evening plus weekend, so I thought I will take you with me as to what I am up to. I just put on like a base and I'm going to do makeup. I need to get ready in kind of like a half an hour, 40 minutes, so I think I have plenty of time because I already know what I'm wearing, which I'm going to show you later. And I just slicked back my hair because it's a bit greasy, and I used this red clip that I showed you in my previous video because it matches with my shirt. So on my face, I've been testing this foundation, this Lumen foundation. It's pretty good, I would say. The shade is a bit too light for me, so what I use are these Essence Drop. They are very inexpensive. As you can tell, they are already losing the sticker because I had them for a long time. They last a long time, really like them. You could say that this is a dupe of Drunk Elephant Drops. I've never tried that ones. Maybe they are better ones, but to be honest, for me, this is good enough. I don't need anything else because I'm using a different foundations, different seasons. So that's it. So I thought I will also tell you what I'm actually doing. I'm just a bit bad with multitasking, so let's see how that goes. So I'm going tonight or this evening for a sound bath, which is something I've never done before. I heard about it, and after my recent consultation with, it wasn't a nutritionist, it was functional medicine therapist, doctor, never know how to call them. It was the one thing that she suggested actually for, like, you know, getting into this more calm state, because what I realized is that I'm always switched on, always. There's always something constantly going on in my mind. So she suggested if I have very busy days where I have a lot of work, a lot of projects, it's something that maybe could be helpful and also kind of like, you know, relaxing, something else than just doing a Pilates or going to gym, because this is also for me very much relaxing. So I'm going to try it out and I'm very curious. I like the idea of that, to be honest. I think I've tried meditation maybe once or twice just at home and it never stuck with me. I'm not sure if it's something for me or just something I would have to try, like a guided meditation in order to get into it, but I never was able to get into it. But I'm thinking that a sound bath, it's more like a sound. It's almost like how I imagine it. It's almost like listening to classical music where you get into this state of not thinking. This is how I imagine. So I'm curious. So I'm going to do that with my friend Alexandra. And after, we are going to a Greek restaurant. By the way, for my kind of like a bronzer slash contour, I'm using this Dior stick. This is my second one because the first one got stolen in Paris. Our bag got stolen in Paris, and this was inside, and it was one of the first things out of my all of the makeup that I wanted to repurchase. It's so good. I use it around my face, but I also use it on my eyes sometimes, which, you know what, actually I might do today. Recently I've been doing a lot of pink eyes, but I think with the red shirt, I'm not sure. So maybe I do a bit of a brown. So what I was saying is that, yes, we are going to that Greek restaurant. It's called Bori. Never been there. Looked very nice, so I'm very curious. I love how this blends. It's amazing. And you know how many times people in person, they told me that I look tanned, and it was just this. It's amazing color. At some point, I used to search for a very cool tone bronzer slash contours, because this is what I've seen everywhere else, that you need to have a cool tone in order not to have an orange face. I have to say I don't really like it because it always looks kind of muddy and dirty in a way. So I much rather prefer warm, and this is not, as you can tell, it's not too warm, but it is a bit on the warmer side, I would say. And it is in the shade I think it's a 03. Yeah, 03 medium. So, and if by any chance you travel, of course, which I never really used these perks of like buying at the airport, but when I was searching for this one, I was looking at it also at the airport, and obviously they had it for a better price there. So if it's something you're eyeing, I would definitely recommend checking at the airport. And let me blend this in. Yeah, this is amazing. I have actually 2 eye palettes and I just don't know how to use them. I think they are too dry for me. I don't know how to blend them. They always look patchy. This is very creamy. It's very easy to blend, and I feel like it's also very easy to not make mistakes, because I can, if I, for example, went too much here, I literally just swipe it a bit with my finger, and it goes away. That being said, of course, it means it's not hugely long lasting, but for me it's perfect. So this is the base. Then for the eyebrows, I'm using this elf gel. I've repurchased this numerous times. I don't think it's not 10 out of 10. I would say it's about 7 out of 10. But I haven't found anything better, and what is great, because it's in this tub, sometimes I use it for my flyaways as well, so it's kind of like 2-in-1 product. Actually, I need a mirror for this. But I'm also looking for a new eyebrow pencil. I think this one is running out soon, and I'm not sure I want to repurchase it. It's not bad, it's good actually, but I'm thinking to maybe try a different one. So if you do have any recommendations, let me know. And then what do I usually do? I just fill in this gap, usually this gap, and there are not many gaps actually. I have to say, if there is one thing I would purchase from more of a... By the way, I keep touching my nose because I don't know why. It keeps like scratching me. And now I removed my makeup from my nose. But I don't know if it's something in the air or maybe a dust. Anyway, if there was one thing I would repurchase from Dior Beauty or just a general, more designer, expensive beauty, it would be this bronzing stick. Even when I look at myself in a screen, I have to say it looks really good. And I never actually been into this type of designer beauty before. So what I was saying is that I'm going to also use, this is number 7 palette. So the only thing I really use is this type of like a highlighter, which I use on my inner corner. What I was saying is that I've never was really into this like designer beauty before, because I thought if you have a really good canvas and good skincare, everything has to look good, which I think it is still true. And I try to combine both high and low, so I don't have all of my makeup from Dior or from Armani. But I have to say, there is a difference with some of the items, not maybe all of them, because I did have, for example, Dior foundation, didn't like it. I felt like it was breaking me out, but some items are really good. A bit of a powder, another, I guess a bit of a splurge, I guess. I not so recently discovered this Hourglass loose powder. This is a travel size and it's perfect. First of all, it's cute and small, but I think you still get a lot of product. I don't know if you can see, but I have an open window and someone's going with a motorbike, a loud motorbike. Okay, I had to wait because the motorbike was coming. I'm not what I was saying, I'm not a huge like into the baking, but because I use a lot of glowy product and a lot of glowy products like serums and serums and creams, but also like sticks and things like that, I tend to get shiny if I don't set a bit. And I tried a lot of drugstore options. None of them were really good, I have to say. And then I was at the Space NK, and I was actually initially wanting to buy a small travel size Charlotte Tilbury setting powder. but it didn't have it. And as I was browsing, there was this sales assistant, and she was really nice. And she was like, actually, let me, like, you can try it, which I never thought of trying a loose powder as a tester. Like, how you even do that? Anyway, I just tried it on my hand, and I tried this one. I tried Laura Mercier one, and one more, which I cannot remember. But when I tried this one was super soft and super smooth. I was instantly sold, and it's amazing. I just use it in the morning or whenever I do my makeup, and then I don't need to retouch it anymore in terms of glowiness or, you know, making it more matte. So this is why I initially didn't want to have a loose powder, because I find it a bit messy, but this one works. And it still like leaves the glow, as you can see, but it's just this kind of a greasy shine that takes away. Last two things, recently I discovered I feel like a really good application. So I'm using a Dior stick, which you probably might have seen online. It was quite a lot. I have to say it's really good. So what I do, I just do this on both sides, and then I take this one, Dior, is it maximizer? Yeah, glow maximizer, and I put it in the middle, like so. Initially I used to do it separately, and I felt like it kind of moved my makeup around. I don't know, it didn't sit well. But when I do it like this and then blend it together, I actually really like the look of it, because it's very subtle. It still gives this glow, and I have a best of both worlds, basically. And then I have a bit of a lip gloss. I'm using for my lip liner this Wonder Skin Moe lip liner. I would say it's pretty good. Again, I find it difficult to find a good long-lasting lip liners, but this one, I would rate it around like 8 out of 10. It's not super long-lasting, it will go away, but the texture of it, it's quite interesting. It's not a dry, but it's not super creamy to the point where it just disappears instantly. And I use it with the lip stain, and I think together combined they are a pretty good duo. So I definitely recommend, but still I would like to find even a longer lasting lip liner, which I don't know if it's even possible, to be honest. And then I'm just using a simple, I think it's called brand Eveline. It's a drugstore product, lip gloss. I'm still yet to decide whether I am a lip gloss person or not. Sometimes I feel like it's nice and it's like it brings all together. Everything is a bit glowy and glossy and juicy. And sometimes I'm like, I'm not sure it actually suits me. So if you have any opinion about it, let me know. Because I also purchased these, it's a very simple Revlon lipstick. It's a matte lipstick, which I thought I would be using, but I don't find myself reaching out for it. So I don't know what it means. I don't know if it's just because I'm very used to using a lip gloss, or because I am a lip gloss girl and I should not try to change. So yeah, this is my makeup. I have to say I like it. I like it in this lighting. I don't know how it transfers to the camera and to the screen, but I have to say I like it. I'm wearing my Swarovski earrings. I have to say I'm quite a big fan of Swarovski, because I think for the price they do a really good jewelry. Obviously not the real gold, but you cannot expect like that for 70 pounds real gold. But I think it's really nice. It's kind of like a double hoop, but I have just a one hole, but it looks like a double hoop, and the quality of it is really it feels durable, you know. So I have these. I'm wearing my gold ring for my parents. I'm wearing this pink ring, which I'm not sure it matches, but I almost want to keep it as like a, you know, it's something I wear on a daily basis. I have my Longines watch, and then I'm going to show you what I'm wearing, like on me. Actually, maybe I can show you like this what I'm wearing. So I wear this red clip shirt and these kind of like a balloon style jeans. They're a bit long, but yeah, this is the outfit, and I think I'm ready to go. Okay, hi guys. So it's a new day, and I just arrived to the clinic, but I'm a bit early, so I thought I will check in with you first. So yesterday, I want to tell you a bit about the sound bath I went on. It was actually pretty good, I have to say. There are a few things that I liked and some that were not really up my street. So, like for example, at the beginning there was a bit of like a 5 to 10 minutes of guided meditation, which I'm not a big fan of. I don't like when they speak to me whilst I try to meditate. It is a very odd thing, but it is what it is. So this was not my favorite part, but then the rest, kind of like sounds, were amazing. I would definitely try it out again. I definitely realized it's very hard to completely switch off. It was a very small room. We were only 3 people there, and it was very dark, just like with a candlelight, which was really nice, and it was downstairs, so you couldn't hear any sounds, which I also liked very much. And then we went to this Greek restaurant that you could see called Bori, which was really lovely. I have to say, it's very hard sometimes to find in London restaurants that are nice and kind of like polished, but they are not too posh, like not too out there. And I think this was a perfect balance. The food was great. Yeah, I would highly recommend it. So that's on that. And now, as I said, I'm going to this clinic for the EMS session. I'm very curious, never done it before, but always wanted to. And last time I went, their machine was not working. So this is actually the second time I'm trying to attempt to go there. And it's something that I heard about for quite a while now, but I kind of wanted to combine it with exercise. So I really wanted to get in a bit better shape first, and then see if that EMS session, which I'm doing on my stomach, will have some sort of results. I know I cannot expect much after one session, but I'm still curious, to be honest. So let's see. And after that, we are going for a quick lunch and going to test drive the car. Let's see if that happens, because that's a whole nother story of like trying to book this. So I think both of us are a bit skeptical whether this test drive even happens today, and we have to travel quite far to that what do you call it, dealership, I guess. So yeah, fingers crossed that will happen. I wanted to quickly show you what I'm wearing because I really like my outfit. So I'm wearing my Chloe sunglasses. I have to say these are so comfortable on the face. I keep reaching out for them, not only because they are big and black, but because they are very comfortable. I'm wearing this mango halter top, my ASOS jeans. Then I'm wearing like a wedges. They are kind of a dupe of Alaya, I would say, but they don't have a tongue, which I don't like. I think it's very uncomfortable, but they are just like, they have this white strap. Then I'm wearing my Burberry bag and just my jewelry, everyday jewelry. So yeah, this is my outfit, and I think, yeah, I can go in. So let's see. Hello guys, and good morning. I think last time I left you was when I was going to the clinic, which was on Saturday. Yeah, and I don't think I have done any updates since then. Today is Monday morning, and let me catch you up on what has been happening. So basically, by the way, don't mind the mess behind me. I was just doing my makeup there. Basically what happened, I got to the clinic, the machine was still not working. I have to say, I was pretty calm given the situation. I came there for the second time. Yeah, it's not ideal for sure. And I mean, the guy who was there, he said that he's a business director. He said that he's very sorry. He seemed to be very sorry, and he offered me more complimentary sessions. But to be honest, as I said, I've never done this treatment before. I don't even know if I want more treatments. Like, it's very nice they offered it, but I don't even know if I want more treatments. So yeah, and they told me they will get back to me once the machine is working and I can come. So this has not happened, and I think this is why I had nothing really to update on. Yeah, it's a bit definitely, disappointing, because I've been trying to get this session done for since end of June. So it's almost going to be a month now. Do I want to give them a third chance? I don't know. This is the thing. Like, I don't know if I want to give them the third chance or not. Like, on one side, I want to do it. On the other side, maybe I should start looking at different places, to be honest. Because even with, having a complimentary session, which they offered, to be like fully transparent, it's still like, it takes me time from my day, it takes me money to travel there. Like, I don't know, do I want to do it for the third time? I'm not sure. Anyway, so that was the thing, and then we went to grab a quick lunch. I went to browse in Zara, and I found something that I want to show you because I really like the piece. I have to say, I have not browsed in a shop or like in a Zara in such a long time, and it was quite a therapeutic time, because I literally just browse and look at the clothes and think about nothing. So that was that, and oh yeah, and I did that sound bath, but I think I've updated you on that one. Yeah, anyway, so I did that. Then we went for quick lunch in a place called Bottega 35, I think it was in Kensington. Nice place, very chill but cute, with a decent food. Wouldn't say it's like out of this world, but I would say good. And then we went to test drive. Also didn't want to film there because it was just us and another, like, a salesperson. And he was also sitting in the back of the car when we were driving, so it would be a bit odd. Also, yeah, I don't know. I felt like it would be too much distraction to film this. But the conclusion is that we are not going to go for that car. We are trying a Peugeot 2008 electric. The reason why we tried it because both of us get motion sick in electric cars. And I was sitting on a passenger seat, and it wasn't bad, but I could feel at some points, especially during the sharper acceleration and brake, that I'm starting, you start to like feel it somewhere here. Yeah, so we decided not to go for it, but we are planning to have another test drive with a different brand this weekend. Let's see if that happens, because I submitted a request, and this time I used my number because they kept bombarding my boyfriend with the calls whilst he was in the office. So I was like, okay, I'll use my number this time. Let's split the forces. So let's see if they call me, because they need to call me. You almost like make an inquiry first, and they need to you indicate the date and time, and they need to book you in. So we found another car that we like. We also did a lot of kind of research with ChatGPT in terms of the motion sickness, and apparently it should be much better. The only, I guess, downside kind of is that it's a bigger car. So what we are looking at are SUV cars, or like a smaller SUV. So the Peugeot is kind of like a smaller SUV that we tried. This one is slightly bigger. So I wonder how that would be if I was driving it, but who knows? We don't even know if we are even taking it, to be honest. We would like to, but it all depends on how it feels, So that's the plan. And I think that's all really that happened during the weekend. So yeah, today is Monday. I'm working from home. I need to do my toes and maybe my nails. Recently I went kind of like a fully natural, in a sense that I still have a nail polish, but I bought this manicurist nail polish, which is amazing. I love it. I can insert the picture. I use not the blur, the smooth one, and then there is like a slight colored one, which is a perfect. I like this kind of like a pink transparent nail polish, so I might do it on my toes. And yeah, and I think that's it. I don't have any like a really particular plan for today other than working from home. And maybe going for a quick walk. This is something I tend to do, and it's always a bad idea, is that when I work from home, I tend to just work constantly and have zero breaks, which I think is a contradiction to what generally people think happens when you work from home, that it's like much more chill. I find that to make a breaks is actually much harder for whatever reason. I almost feel like I have to be constantly next to my desk, whereas when you're in office, you kind of chit chat with other people, you go to the bathroom, which you need to walk to much further, you go for lunch much further. So I want to consciously make a decision to go out for a walk. So yeah, I'm wearing also this shirt that it's kind of an unusual color for me. I don't tend to wear these colors, but when I look at myself on the screen, I have to say I don't mind it. This was inspired by a Pinterest picture that I had saved for a long time. It was a blazer that a girl was wearing, and I really like it, the combination with the jeans. And then I was going through my mom's closet and I realized she has the same color but the shirt, and I was like, you know what, before I buy anything that color that I've never worn, let me borrow the shirt and see how that goes. So yeah, and I'm trying it today. I'm wearing it with the like linen white pants, and that's my look for today. So let's start the day. Okay guys, it's a new day and I continue on vlogging and taking you with me. I just received my avocado delivery, so I need to unpack that, and then I was going to make a smoothie. I'm thinking if I want to update you first or make a smoothie first. I think I want to make a smoothie first, and then I'll show you things and I'll tell you what I've been up to since yesterday. So for this smoothie, I feel like I kind of nailed a perfect smoothie, at least perfect for me. So I use one banana, and then I would usually use oat milk, but it's not very good for me. So I think what I want to do is use this coconut milk. I also really like the flavor or the taste of a coconut milk very much. For a coffee or for any drinks, also like a matcha, for example. Then I add chia seeds. Also, everything I do, I add just like by looking at it. There is no measurement whatsoever. There is a bit. So the next one is hemp protein that I add to keep me a bit filled. And also because I'll be working out later today. So this one I measure, but that's the only one really. The rest I just go kind of by eye. I add about like 2 teaspoons. And then, which is a main ingredient, is this cacao powder. We still have a bit of a blueberry, so I add these frozen blueberries. I think I add loads of ice because I like the consistency of a very thick smoothie. Cold and thick. And this is pretty much it. So let's blend it. Perfect. So, and this is the smoothie. I bought these glasses from Zara Home. Already managed to broke one. But I love them. They are so simple. Like, you would think they can be from anywhere, but there is something about them because they are thin, so they are easy to break. That's the only downside. But they have just a perfect size for iced coffee, for smoothie, for drinking a lot of water during the day because they are quite big. So yeah, I love them. Let's do taste test. It's good. I also wanted to show you the pieces that I bought from Zara and from H&M because one of the piece I'm not quite sure I want to keep, and maybe I need your opinion, because I think by the time this video goes up I will still have it and it will be still in a return window period. So if anyone by any chance comments on this video, that would be useful. So let me show you. So this is the skirt I bought from Zara when I was browsing last weekend. It's like this cream, it's very ivory type with the lace. I thought I will not cave into the trend, and I still don't like 95% of pieces I see in these satin silk versions of clothing, whether it's a top or dress or trousers. But I really like the skirt. It looks actually quite big, I have to say, and I might need to cinch it in the waist a little bit because it's tiny bit too big. But what sold me on this is the quality. Now it's something actually me and my sister spoke about today, and it was like kind of a curation versus, you know, just sometimes buying pieces you like. And as much as I want to curate some of the pieces, it's just like I don't want to invest in every single piece and spend so much time also to just research a simple things. Sometimes I just see something and I enjoy and I think it will last in my wardrobe and I buy it. So like with this skirt, so what I was saying is I think what sold me was really the quality, because quality feels really nice. Like it feels as in this a heavier type of satin. And I'm just seeing what it says here. I'm pretty sure it's like 100% viscose or something like that. By the way, another thing, why sometimes I like cheaper, I guess, materials is because it's a couple of like 100% cashmere or 100% wool sweaters, and I am not a woman of the household, you know, let's just say, like, I like to go out there, be a boss woman, work. I'm not a woman of the household, and with that being said, I also don't know everything, including laundry sometimes, and sometimes I put things into the washing machine that shouldn't be there, and this is how I ruined two of my sweaters that were 100% wool, super like a nice quality, but I just accidentally ruined them. And this is when I also told myself, I also need to have a lifestyle for some of those pieces. I'm not going to buy like a Louis Vuitton silk type of dress that I can only take it to dry cleaners, but also only specific ones. It's more headache than the enjoyment, so I do enjoy sometimes the simpler garments. So this is the one, and I thought it's great for now, but it's, I think, a great transition piece with some boots, with some sweaters, kind of like a layered, or with blazers on top. What I bought as well, these were I bought actually a couple weeks ago, were these like a satin pink heels from Zara. I have to say, I love heels from Zara. The heel is at the right spot, so it's very easy to balance. It's a good height and it never broke. Can you imagine? I had the heels from Christian Louboutin. I worn them, it must have been less than 10 times, 100% less than 10 times, and the heel broke. It broke just here at the top, like this detached. I could not believe it, to be honest. So I have to say that heels from Zara has been so far my favorite ones, and this is what I was thinking actually. So kind of have this color combination of the skirt and the heels, and with that I was thinking, and this is the item I'm not quite sure about, this sweater. So this is in this baby pink color, which I think suits my complexion. I have a green eye, so I feel like pink usually makes your eyes pop a bit and make you a bit youthful. Even if I put it like this, I think it looks nice. The only reservation I have is that, you know, it's this cable knit, and I feel like sometimes those types can look a bit more like chunky, but not in a good way. Also because it's a bit longer. Tucking it in. can sometimes not be as like effortless looking. So I'm on the fence. This sweater was a great price. I even had a voucher, so it was even cheaper, but I don't want to look at the price as a deciding factor. Because it was cheap, I want to keep it. The quality is really nice and thick. I just don't know if to keep it or not. If it's something else, where it's definitely not the type of sweater I can imagine with this skirt. I think it would have to be not this type of like a ripped material, but can I imagine wearing it in autumn / winter with something else, because it's definitely autumn type of thickness of a knit. It's not a thin type of knit, if you know what I mean. But I really love it. I love the color, the shade of the pink. I think it's just right. It's not too pink to the point where it's like Barbie type of pink. So yeah, let me know, because this is the dilemma I have with this item. And what else? I think that's all. I'm going to finish my smoothie. I'm going to take a break because I find it so difficult to take breaks when I'm working from home. I think I might actually spoke about it before. So I'm going to take a break and then just go back to my laptop.